we're finding out is that we can't start those partnerships from scratch. It's to be courageous about identifying partners. So, for example, if this planetarium in Boulder was having an astronomy day, they struggled to get the Hispanic population to come out in Boulder. But they found a partner in someone who was arranging hikes for Spanish-speaking people and made a partnership with someone who was already very well connected and trusted in the Hispanic community and made a special effort to invite through her the Hispanic community. You have never seen so many Spanish-speaking people at an event on the University of Colorado campus as a result of finding that one single person who knew how to invite those folks, right? And so similarly for the blind and low vision learners in Colorado, the Atlas Institute on campus was making relationships with the Colorado Center for the Blind. It wasn't, this wanted to be able, because we have these tactile objects and so on. And again, one key person opened up an avenue and the people knew that it was, they belonged, they should come. Because I think people don't assume that you're going to live up to these standards, right, of inclusivity. But if you really are intending to be inclusive, it's to find those people that help you to recruit, that are trusted already in the community. And I think that's an example that we have here, and that's how I'm going to lead to this concrete example that Jane and Mr. Aragon will tell us more about. But just before we do that, a couple of other tidbits. This now infamous 3-hole punch, pinhole projector will be in Spanish. Also, we're in the process of translating this, and that will go up on the web here probably in the next month or so. So that is, and by the way, working with a translator caused us to completely overhaul the back because the translator didn't know astronomy education. And we had we hadn't fully done our homework. We only really vetted with a whole panoply of astronomy educators, and we all knew what to do. But this Spanish translator, she was courageous, and she said, this doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, I'm looking at the square and triangle, and it didn't make, right? And she was courageous, and she said, I don't get it. It's a great translation between Spanish and English. It's wonderful, but I don't get it in either language. And we realized that adults who were not used to teaching astronomy, Girl Scout troop leaders, other people for whom astronomy couldn't follow our directions very well. And so before we went to press on 100,000 of these, we actually overhauled the back entirely because of the Spanish language translation process. Right? So that effort to be inclusive made a big difference to the quality of this product for everyone. Those of you who have seen these cards, I guess what I'd like to do is go out to, this is our main webpage for the Science and Outreach. Go to the Outreach tab again. Go to Outreach Products. That's your key. Boom. Yes. And that's where you'll find the pinhole projection, and when it's in Spanish, it will be right there in that same place. These punch team cards, of course, are meant to demonstrate inclusivity. Right? And hundreds of people are making the punch mission happen. Not 18, but each one of these people has been willing to serve as a kind of role model and to help people see themselves participating in a NASA space mission and participating in some watching and observing. So if we scroll down, I did this in the last session, I went into those sites. Right there is another piece of breadcrumb for you, monthly one-page newsletters. This is for our, if you can click on that top link, there you have, we started in November, and if you want breadcrumbs to us, this website and coming, if we could go to the latest issue of this. And many of you already know, and I'm thinking of the online people who have just tuned in maybe for this session, we'll have a 3D print downloadable of the petroglyph, the Chaco, quote, eclipse petroglyph, and we have thermoform. And again, if there are any others of you, we had a really nice exchange up there during the breakout session, and we really want to put those tactiles, and we have groups of them available in the hands of people who will use them to help their events become more inclusive. This is our newsletter, our most recent one. There are single copies of it, one pager each month comes out, and you can keep track of what we have available for the broader community. And this issue was fairly well devoted to this Sun Fun event at the Pueblo of Acoma and the Haku Community Academy, where the 8th graders helped us bring these submushroom types of things to their community. And I'd like to introduce, we have 2 slots, right? So I'm gonna, like, these guys are gonna just fill that out and we'll just do it all at once, all right? Good. I want to say that this little card here, this is create your own card after you've made use of these punch team cards, right? So he said, my favorite animal is a peacock. He interacted with her parents for quite a bit of time to say, well, what are the attributes of a peacock that help me be a good person? And it was a family conversation that got excited around that. And what was that conversation? So she decided that she was smart, colorful, and strong. And she walked away with that kind of feeling of identity as a result of filling out her own team card and getting on the punch team and earning her punch button, right, in the process. And so she inspired her parents, then picked up the team cards, both parents and the grandmother all filled out their punch team cards, and it became a conversation among the family about, well, what are my adjectives to describe myself? What is my animal? And what is this, right? And so we encourage, the way we're connecting this to eclipses is through the punch mission, right, which is studying their problem. So I want to, and this is Christine's grandmother here. We had, as I showed earlier, we had a beautiful comments as we, have you been sun watching today up with the telescope? Thank you to the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science for providing that sun watching opportunity associated with this. Yeah.